all my fish lovers, getting together on the foam and just hover. Nothing to hide but to only uncover, treating one another like it's our own brother. Passing info, learning every day. Try something new, maybe a different way. Don't succeed the first time, it's okay. Start from scratch, yeah, a new tank. Remember, this is fishing and change your bait. This is how we do it, so please don't hate, cause once you're hooked like a dick.
Okay, now to start on our third design for our sump filtration system. Let me get started and drawing this. This sump filtration is going to have 4 chambers: live rock, skimmer, refugium, and return pump. I'm going to try to squeeze in all 4 of these within a 30-inch sump filtration system. Let's go ahead and start drawing this out for you right now. So here's my 20-gallon tank, 30 inches long, same thing as before. Now we're going to get this live rock chamber, which is going to be here. We're going to make it a little bit smaller. Our next chamber is going to be our skimmer. Again, this piece needs to be approximately 7 to 9 inches because that's the operating depth of our protein skimmer. Next, we're going to get another piece right there, another piece right here, and then finally we're going to have our refugium and then our return pump. So this right here is our 4 chamber. Let me break it down for you a little bit better. Here is the live rock. Live rock chamber, which is going to be our drain. Water still draining into that first chamber starting on the left. The next is going to be my skimmer. That is my skimmer right there along with the chamber. The next is going to be my refugium. A little bit smaller refugium, but that's okay. Again, we're going to have that little sand bed there at the bottom, some pieces of live rock, and some Chaeto and whatnot. Again, this is the refugium in that chamber right there. Finally, which leaves us for our return pump. And that's going to be pumping water back to the main display tank. So let's take a closer look with our blue marker here, and let's see where this water level line is going to be on this sump design number 3. Water level over here is going to be, it's actually the level from here to here, and these 2 chambers are going to be basically judged by this piece of glass right here. Whatever size you make this piece of glass is what the water level is going to be in those 2 chambers. So again, let's bring this right across right there. That's where our level is going to be. So we need to make sure that from the bottom of our tank to the water level is going to be between 7 to 9 inches. Again, that's the recommended depth of our protein skimmer. So now that we know that, it's going to fall down here, enter our refugium, do its own little thing, mix up in there, and then from there enter our return pump. So there we are. Here is our return pump, here is our refugium, here is our skimmer, and here is our live rock chamber. 4 chamber sump squeezed in into a 30-inch tank, 30-inch glass tank that we're going to be making into our sump. This is design number 3, and it has 4 chambers. Want to explain again a little bit about this design right here. Again, the water is going to be coming down from our drain, from our main display tank. It's going to go into our skimmer chamber, enter our skimmer. It's going to exit our skimmer. Once it exits our skimmer, the water is going to come up over this glass, underneath, into this refugium. You notice this piece of glass right here, it's not too tall. It's about maybe 4 inches, give or take. And the reason for that glass there is, if I didn't have that glass right there, if I remove that glass there and I put sand here in my refugium, that sand is going to block the entrance for my water. Or maybe not block it, the water might push the sand and get it up into the water colony, which we don't want. We want to keep that sand still at the bottom of the sump filtration system. So therefore, if I were to just simply install a 4-inch piece of glass approximately, so the bottom inch to 2-inch is sand, and then the rest will be water. Another reason why this short piece of glass, why I installed it that size, is for the reason that when the water enters our refugium, it will have a little bit more of a circulating little tornado kind of effect, little more water circulation. Instead of it, if the glass was up to here, a little bit higher, the water would go from our skimmer chamber, down under, up over, and then almost like it's bypassing our refugium. This way, when the water enters from our refugium halfway, it kind of stirs up and mixes up our chaeto algae to get penetrated by the light and start growing a little bit more, versus it just being at a standstill. This is what I prefer in this sump filtration design. Again, once it's done with the refugium, it's going to enter this return pump back to our main display tank. I think we're ready now for sump design number 4. Let's go ahead and start drawing that right now.
Relaxation at home, it's so worth it.
So now you got your tank and you're gonna build your stand. You think about the design and you make a good plan. You need some live